What is up, all my chosen ones? Jazz Voice back at it again. And guys, let's look at Saitama. It is bullish, man. It is bullish. And we're going to talk about what I did if you missed my live stream just 2 nights ago on why I'm extra happy to see this with Saitama. Before we begin, guys, please take the time to hit that like button. Please and thank you. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. You did it? Got it? Good. Appreciate you. Okay, guys, so as you guys know, I was holding Shinja only for the purpose of being able to let that money at least hit $1,000 worth to me and then flip it back into Saitama, while Saitama was sitting way down here up in the reds, man. Let's zoom out the 7-day chart because it was down pretty much all week. So, like, we're all down here, right? So here's what I did, guys. On the stream, awesome live stream, by the way. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Was it Friday night, I believe, with Bert, we had Darren there. We were going for 4 hours straight, and in that stream at 1 in the morning, I just had the idea. I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for me to sell all my Shinja and put it back to Saitama, because I initially wanted it to be $1,000 worth of profit in Shinja, and I was getting a little greedy. I was at $1,300 of profit, and Saitama was sitting down here. If I could even see the exact timing for you guys to see. But it was down here in the mid threes. And Shinja was up in its high in the 2.6s and 2.7s. Now, knowing that I'm not the long-term hodler for that coin, I'm holding for Saitama more. I'm like, this is a great opportunity. One market is really high right now, and the other one's in like the mud, like in the cemetery type. And so I made the move. It took me 2 tries. I failed the first 2, but it didn't take my gas fees though. But the transaction it was glitching. It wasn't going through correctly. I was on stream and we kept watching it just circling saying transaction, waiting to confirm, and it didn't confirm. Eventually it randomly went through, and that it bought me an extra 31.8 billion Saitama. So I went from 251 billion to upwards to 283 billion. Now at that time when I made that move, the money was like, how much my Saitama was worth at that time on the stream was worth about $9,600, because it dropped that low. Like, that means it was down into like the early 8,000s before moving that $1,000-something into Saitama. All of a sudden, to my surprise, literally the next morning, I look at my Saitama and now we're at $11,000. I'm like, that I knew it was gonna go up, but I didn't think it was gonna be that fast. Well, sure enough, it was that fast. I mean, Certic randomly skipped into the 90 percentile range. I think now we're officially at 92% at the making of it. I'm pretty sure when I upload this, people are gonna hit me up saying, actually no, Jazz is 93. Okay, well, we'll just say 93. All right, Certic, yeah, y'all playing with us. Anyway, so it moved up quick. And I was like, oh my gosh. And people were tweeting like, yo, like, your timing is impeccable. Like, your timing was on point. Because I literally could have waited to just say, you know what? I'm on the stream right now. It's getting late. I'll wait till when I wake up tomorrow, and then I'll do that transfer. Had I waited, I would have missed my target price. I would have missed it. Shinja would have been lowered, correcting itself. Saitama would have been pumping. I would have missed my entry point back into up in my position in Saitama, and I would have been in deep regret. I'm not gonna lie, but I caught it. I caught it right on time. So what made me do that? Well, guys, it's simple. Looking at Shinja and looking at Saitama, I've been watching both charts thoroughly throughout the entire week, right? And I've noticed this is a classic swing trade going on. When one goes up, the other goes down. Then they move the profits in the opposite direction, so then the other goes up while the other goes down. But I knew that it would only be for so long that people would keep doing this. Like, I was like, let's think about it. Shinja's a brand new token. Shinja was already past 1 billion market cap and was staying up there for a minute. And Saitama was staying so low that I thought it had the potential to even drop as low as into the 8 zeros. Which, by the way, if it would have hit 8 zeros, I would have bought more. Let's get that straight. Not financial advice. So when I saw that happen, I was like, man, it's just a matter. I was saying it on the stream. I was saying it with Bert. I was like, yo, it's a matter of time before the tables turn. Shinja's gonna have to come down to correct itself. Doesn't mean it's over. All Shinja holders keep on hodling, guys. I wasn't holding a lot of Shinja to begin with. It was only barely a few. It was my Mononoke profits, what was left of it at least. And it made a killer return versus just leaving it in Mononoke. So I feel like I made a great decision. And sure enough, what I was saying was right. Like, it was a matter of time before Shinja had to correct itself, and Saitama was going to start pumping. Once people saw that price going down, they were going to start putting their big bags into Saitama. And then now with Certic audit and lining up within the 90 percentile range, now we're like, it's like when if you ever run track and field and you're doing that 400-meter dash, this is the last 100 meters before the finish line. Now we're seeing that with Certic. So I'm like, I know people are going to start running back into Saitama. So before they start doing that, I need to get a better position. Because 250 to me was already great. Like, that was already a goal. But I'm like, I want 300. I didn't make it at 300 as of yet, but 283, I could settle with that. I could settle with 283. That's more than enough for me. My lowest I would settle for was 275. So at least we passed that amount. And sure enough, everybody started running back in with Saitama, and that thing started running up, man. If you guys see, look at this, running up. We are already, right now we're in the 5 zeros. We're in a $2.2 billion market cap, according to this site. Dex Tools would probably have it more accurate, but I didn't pull up Dex Tools because it kind of messes up a bit. Like, you don't see it as good with my face covering, and it's a different program I use when I make these videos versus my streams. So, yeah. This is where I'm seeing us going, guys. I will not be surprised if, maybe not by the end of the year, but I'd say maybe by January, we can break all-time highs. Just my prediction, not a financial advisor. I'm just talking what I think is going to happen. And my whole idea was, we saw the all-time highs already before, and I saw how much money I had at that all-time high. So when we hit the all-time high, I need to have a lot more money than what I previously had. That was my whole mindset. And so now it can happen. For sure it can happen. So I'm grateful to see that. I don't want anybody thinking, my word is the holy grail because I was right about my decision in the nick of the moment. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It was 60% intuition and just analyzing the markets, and 40% was luck. I'll tell you guys right now, man. I'm going to tell you right now, like 40% was luck. Straight luck of why I even did that. Because, yeah, my reading was correct. My prediction, in a sense, was correct of what was going to happen. But I could have easily waited a couple hours later to do that. Or this could have happened while I was at work, and I would have missed my entry point because I wasn't even on my phone. So that's where I say luck played a role significantly. So if you manage to get that fine line in between intuition of what that little voice in your head is telling you to do with your trades, but also know that when luck is playing its role, when the universe is giving you a hand into what you're trying to accomplish, which in our case is financial freedom, knowing the fine line between the two and how to use both to your advantage will take you far, my friends. Not just in the crypto markets, but in anything in life. Like, whatever you're going through, if you know how to figure that middle line out between luck and intuition and how to utilize the two and when to utilize it, you could be going through something just like the next person is, but you're not going to be hit as bad as the next person because you already figured out the mental game. So just some food for thought, guys. This is where we're sitting at right now. I wanted to come across this tweet for you guys. Right over here, I saw it say, when Saitama hits 4 zeros and a 5, will you resign your job? Now, I know all of us watching, that got to be a yes, because we've been holding Saitama for so long, man. Like, at this point, this is an easy 100x from where we are right now. And if I just look at, is there literally a, no, not even 100x. I lied, I'm sorry. It's 1,000x, because we're still at 7 zeros. We're still at 7 zeros. This is 4 zeros and a 5. This is like close to Shiba's price. So a 1,000x from here, guys. Obviously, everybody watching this is going to be quitting their jobs by that price. I mean, I'm going to keep it real right now. If we hit that price, that's, for me, that's $14 million of Saitama. Like, you better believe it, man. Look at my response, man. I said straight up, man, I'd be long gone from my job in Miami, even if the price was 10x lower than that, man. Like, add an extra 0, 5 zeros in a 5, that's 100x. We still up there, man. We still in the $1 million range, man, in the big boy tax bracket. And all you guys out there holding a lot more than I am, you guys probably going to hit there just before we even scratch 5 zeros, man. So there's a lot to look forward to, guys, when it comes to the world of Saitama and the Wolfpack, the toy drives. Oh my gosh, guys, I can go on and on and on, but for right now, I got to keep it brief because I got to go to work, man. Talk about financial freedom, right? Anyway, so with that being said, guys, I know we're all going to get there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Jazz Royce. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get the notifications when I do the streams. You don't want to miss that, man. I made that move on the stream, and I think 1 or 2 people followed me on that. And now they up in profits too because of that. So I'm just saying, you don't want to miss my streams, man. All right. With that being said, guys, I will catch each and every one of you guys at the top.